Some night this week, probably soon, you'll have a small argument with someone you love. It won't start with anything important, a comment about the dishes, a tone in a text, a forgotten errand. And at some point during it, you'll feel a very specific kind of frustration. The frustration of trying to reach a version of them you can't seem to find. They're standing right in front of you. You can see them. They can see you. And yet the conversation feels like you're shouting through glass at someone who isn't quite there. That feeling, that strange, ordinary, almost daily feeling, has a reason. And the reason is older and stranger than you'd think.
Watch for it. It happens in smaller ways, all day.
You send a message. They reply with one character, care. And within a minute you've built a whole story about what that care meant, none of which they intended. A co-worker doesn't smile at you in the hallway. You wonder for an hour what you did wrong. She was thinking about her mother. You notice, eventually, that the same kind of argument keeps finding you. Different friends, different partners, different jobs. The same exact feeling of not being heard. And if you sit with that for a second, you start to suspect this isn't a glitch in your relationships. It might be how all relationships actually work. Some people have spent their lives quietly puzzled by this. A few of them have left maps. Here's what the maps say. Your inner state doesn't stay inside you. It leaks. It lands on whoever is closest, bounces off them, and comes back to you wearing their face. You think you're reacting to them. You're reacting to a version of yourself that just touched them and came home. That K that ruined your afternoon. The meaning was never in the letter. You sent the meaning, the letter caught it, the meaning came back. The coworker who didn't smile. Your hour of dread wasn't generated by her. It was generated by you. She was just the surface it bounced off. This isn't misunderstanding. Misunderstanding distorts information moving between two people. Here, almost no information was sent, and you received a full message anyway. It isn't oversensitivity either. Oversensitivity receives too much. This is when you send too much and don't notice it came back. One thing to try. Next time you feel a strong reaction to a small signal, ask one question. Did the signal actually carry this, or did I add it? Now, you do this. But here's where it gets stranger. So do they. And if both of you are doing it at the same time, what is actually meeting in the room? To answer that, you need to see something most people miss. Every person you've ever known is not a person. They are an entire interior world. A weather system. A history that started before you arrived. A logic running on private fuel. From the outside, all of that is invisible. You only ever see the surface report. Your mother starts crying at something you said that wasn't even pointed. Inside her, something from 30 years ago has just been touched. You can't see the thing. You only see the tears. Your coworker sits silent in the meeting. You think he's annoyed at the project. He had a fight with his wife last night. Every word you say, he hears through that fight. This isn't the cliché that everyone is different. Different is small. This is structural. Each person is sealed. The wall is not made of personality. It's made of the fact that two interiors can never actually open into each other. One thing to try. In one conversation today, notice once that the person across from you is sitting in different weather than you are. You don't need to know what their weather is. Just notice that it isn't yours. So if you are a universe, and they are a universe, how many of you exactly are in the room when you meet? There's an old line, from somewhere I've stopped trying to find, that says every conversation between two people is actually a conversation between six. Here they are. Who you actually are. Who you think you are. Who they think you are. Who they actually are. Who they think they are. Who you think they are. 6. In a room with two bodies, imagine the most ordinary argument. You and someone you love, late at night, about the dishes. Walk through who's actually in the room. Who you actually are. Tired, needing to be seen. Who you think you are. Generous, keeping the peace. Who they think you are. Picky, never satisfied. Who they actually are. Tired, afraid of disappointing you. Who they think they are. Already doing their best. Who you think they are. Indifferent, not trying. 6 people in one kitchen, and the 2 real ones, the 2 tired ones who just wanted to be seen, never spoke to each other once. This isn't a difference of perspective. Perspective is one universe seen from 2 angles. This is 6 separate figures, each shaping the conversation, none of them lining up. One thing to try. Next argument, try to identify which of the 6 you're actually arguing with. It's almost never number 4. But if 6 people are in the room and only 2 of them are real, where exactly is the fight happening? The collision isn't happening inside your universe. It isn't happening inside theirs either. It's happening in a thin layer between you, a kind of membrane where the 2 models press against each other. The membrane belongs to neither of you. It has its own rules, and almost all the pain we cause each other lives in this thin space. In the Gulf of Alaska, there's a place where 2 ocean currents meet. You can see it from a boat, a clean line straight across the water, 2 different colors refusing to mix. The line isn't the first ocean, and it isn't the second. It's the boundary itself, its own thing. That K that ruined your afternoon, it didn't live in you, and it didn't live in them. It lived in the membrane between your 2 readings of the same letter. Your partner's silence at dinner, same place. His exhaustion and your fear met there, in the silence, and became something neither of you could touch. This isn't miscommunication. Miscommunication assumes a message could have been sent cleanly. There is always a membrane between 2 interiors. It's structural. One thing to try. Today, once, try to feel the membrane, the faint resistance, the fog between what you said and what they heard. You won't be able to dissolve it. Just notice it's there. That, already, is most of the work. So, when someone hurts you, neither of you was fully in the room. 6 versions of you were there. The real you was somewhere else. The wound happened in the membrane, not in who you actually are. The pain is real, but the pain doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the layer. This isn't a diagnosis of how broken your relationships are. It's a description of what relationships have always been. You have never met another person the way you imagine you have. You have only ever met the membrane between you and them, and called it them. But here is something that should bother you. This membrane, this thin layer between 2 models, used to be much thicker. People once grew up inside shared models, shared towns, shared stories, shared gods. The interface was wide and smooth and easy to cross. In the world you live in now, the membrane has gotten very thin and very hard. We'll talk about why that matters and what it's been quietly doing to all of us next time.